Oh, people of Reddit, you never let me down. Now, I believe I'm too moral of a person to get such petty revenge, but not moral enough to not take a little bit of joy in some petty revenge, so we are on r/petty revenge today. So user C. Alex Author wrote, "Awesome piece of petty that just crossed my homepage. He was cheating on me with a coworker of mine. She knew we were together, but told people she didn't care. Our moms and families ran in the same circles, so their actions affected a lot of people. After I learned what was going on, we broke up. I found out she was expecting to marry him now that I was out of the way, so I sent her flowers and an inexpensive ring, delivered to her at our job, along with a lovely marriage proposal. She yelled out, 'He proposed!' Everyone was clapping and congratulating her. I conveniently went on my break when she ran off to call him. When I came back, she was crying. I put on my best face and asked, 'So when is the wedding?' She ran off to the bathroom, sobbing hysterically. Best $75 I ever spent." I like the finishing touch. Very catty of you. But I suppose, if anyone deserves this, it's a homewrecker. It looks like this one is a cross post from r/choosing beggars. This person of Reddit was told that it belongs on Petty Revenge. Coworker complains about free pizza. So one of my coworkers is a huge choosing beggar, like aggressively choosy, to the point he will...
Aggressively choosy.
I like using the term aggressive for things that it's not normally used for. Like I described this training class I had to go to as aggressively boring, which that's the only way I could describe it, because he was like shoving boredom into your face. It
was violent.
It was violently dull. To the point he will bully people who are buying him free things to get exactly what he wants. This normally doesn't affect me, as I have learned to just tell him to fuck off. Of course he always complains and pretends like I just attacked him out of nowhere, but that's not the point of this story. But unfortunately, the person who does all the food ordering and general paperwork stuff in our office is a super sweet older lady that isn't comfortable telling people no. One day we had pizza for a lunch meeting, and we all realized that the favorite pizza of everyone in the office, which she only ordered one of, was obviously different. I forgot exactly what got left off, but half of it was not what it normally comes with. I went and talked to the person who ordered it, and she straight up told me that choosing beggar had stood by her desk and basically berated her until she changed half the pizza to be what he wanted, because he didn't like some of the toppings. He had wanted the whole pizza, but thankfully she made him compromise. Ticked me off because my favorite pizza was ruined, and he bullied this woman, who we all affectionately call the office mom. But whatever, right? It's free pizza. I'll just get something else and I'll live. The straw that broke the camel's back was when I noticed that he hadn't even touched the pizza. He was eating a different one. I decided to casually ask why he wasn't touching it. Come to find out, he didn't actually want any during that lunch. He knew he wanted something else, but he figured he might want some leftovers later in the week. So he had her change the order. So basically, this motherfucker bullied a sweet old lady and changed a pizza order for the one pizza everyone in the office wanted, just on the off chance he might want leftovers later. Yeah, I bet this dude didn't even know he was being a dick.
Oh, how so?
I don't know. I bet he was just like an only child. Sorry, only children, but a lot of you are assholes. This post could belong on a lot of different subreddits, but I think it actually perfectly fits Petty Revenge because of what OP does very pettily.
Pettily.
That's gotta be a word, right?
That sounds inappropriate.
Let's find out. Is pettily a word?
According to dictionary.com.
Nobody fucking cares.
So you want to guess what I did? I ate it. All of it. I didn't want more than one piece, but I ate all 6 pieces of a half pizza just so he couldn't have any. You bet your ass he complained about it too. I just looked back and was like, "Oh, sorry, did you want something during this meeting? 'Cause if I had known you wanted it today, I would have saved you some." He glared at me for about a week and I felt like I just ate Thanksgiving's dinner, but worth it. When I think of petty revenge, I think of thoroughly inconveniencing yourself just to screw up another person's day who deserved it. These people have a strong sense of justice. Now, I wanted to point out this exchange here because it has one of my favorite quotes of all time that I'm going to have to put on a bumper sticker or something. Eat More Artichokes says, Rule 1 of public pizza is to never expect any leftovers. One time my wife ordered an XL for my 2-year-old daughter and I for dinner at a hotel, expecting leftovers for breakfast the next day. My daughter insisted the two of us finish it together. I know your pizza pain. To which Dig Expect replied, my 2-year-old eats one slice and she's stuffed. I couldn't imagine eating the rest of an XL by myself. To which the winner of today's People of Reddit competition for the best comment, Gail Tad H, says, every pizza is a personal pizza if you just believe in yourself.
And what's with the 2-year-old saying they gotta eat the whole thing? I'm really thinking that's just a really fat dad trying to blame his kid.
It might be, but man, the determination you get when your 2-year-old holds you to something. Our next post by user Rare Pupper Dog.
Why y'all got such weird names?
Everyone's got a weird name on Reddit. The only ones I don't like are the ones that have a million numbers in them. Anyway, don't want to use the kiosk? Wait 20 minutes for your food. I work at McDonald's part-time. I'm a 22-year-old male and go to college. So anyway, this dude came in the other day and I was working the register. He muscles his way into the front of the line. We are right by campus and it's lunch hour, so the place is pretty packed. He tells me that he is in a huge rush and needs his food right now. Of course I tell him no. He can use the kiosks, though. He tells me he will never use one of those, quote, fucking pieces of shit, blows up at me, ranting about needing to get back to work. Finally, he calms down and I tell him again, he can either wait in line or use the kiosk. He storms to the back of the line, which, as I said earlier, is pretty long. 20 minutes later, he's up at the register waiting for his food. After I take his order, just because he's such a jerk, I wait to input in the system so some other order can go by and get completed first. Finally, he gets his food, after a while, screaming that he'll leave us a 1-star review and report me to the manager. What he doesn't know, the manager is one of my best buds and watched the whole thing go down. After my shift was over, we both had a good laugh about it. That's pretty petty, I guess.
Oh my gosh, McDonald's.
I know. That's actually the exact thing that I thought, and I was going to mention it right away, but these comments actually worded it far better than I could. One user replied, a 1-star review for McDonald's? So he thinks he can convince people who were going to go to McDonald's not to go to McDonald's. That's probably the best way to phrase it. Sounds like a Jim Gaffigan joke. A reply to that comment, some lady gave us a 1-star for some BS, so out of curiosity we checked her history. Pretty much every restaurant in the area also received 1 stars for dumb reasons. She even gave Taco Bell a 1-star because they were closed on Christmas Eve. Some people are just special. I wonder what that lady looked like. I'm picturing Mama June before she got skinny. Looked like Boss Nass from Star Wars Episode 1.
It's Christmas Eve, and I need 24 tacos. I need a box of tacos.
The second comment says, I'm sure McDonald's is shaking in their boots about a 1-star review. They make billions and can't even be bothered to have ice cream machines that are actually usable. They don't give a damn about negative feedback, just like practically every other major business. I love how that's something everyone can relate on.
Yeah,
the fact that
the ice cream machine.
It's universal, I swear to God. It's every single our ice cream machine is down.
Maybe they just don't have an ice cream
It was
machine.
down like 4 days ago. It was I should stop because it's going to reveal how often I go to McDonald's, so. It was down when I was here 30 minutes ago. It was down when I was here 2 hours ago. I started trying to shit on McDonald's. I ended up shitting on myself. Our next post comes from user Jimmy Ricky Bobby Billy. It is entitled Phone Scammer. So I had a call from Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express just now. Hello, this is Greg. Yeah, sure. I pressed 1 and waited patiently for the guy to get on the phone. When he did, I spoke very, very softly. He asked me to speak up. I explained that I have laryngitis, and this is as loud as I can speak. He said, "Wait while I turn up my volume." I spoke softly again and asked if he could hear me now. He explained that he could. I absolutely screamed into his ear, "Stop trying to fucking scam people!" I heard him say, "Oh, motherfucker!" as he disconnected me. Totally cathartic. Update, part 2.
What? How is there a part 2 to this?
These guys call you more than anyone else. Seriously, the more you pick it up, the more they'll call back. One of my bosses got calls more than anyone else, and he would keep them, like he'd get them during lunch all the time, and he'd keep them on the phone forever. I remember one of them, he finally said, "Well, why don't you quit scamming people?" And he had it on speaker, and I hear the guy, "Oh, well, why don't I just go fuck your sister again? You like that?" And he said, "What?" And the guy's like, "Oh, you want to buy product or whatever?" Like he thought he could save it after. I don't know why.
What?
"I'm going to have sex with your sister." Okay, Greg. Part 2. So I just got another call. I do a very good drunk Russian accent, so I use that to answer the call. My wife and kids and I were in the middle of dinner, so this time I decided to put the guy on hold indefinitely, like another user suggested in my first post. I sat back down at the table, and my wife said, "You should have put some loud Russian music or something for him to listen to." That gave me an idea. I went upstairs and returned with my secret weapon. The wife and kids all covered their ears.
Hello? Are you still there? I have expiration date you wanted. Are you ready?
"Yes, I am ready." And I unleashed the air horn right into the phone for 5 seconds, then hung up. Scared the shit out of our dogs, but watching my kids cry from laughing made it worth it. My son wants to record it the next time I do it, so hopefully we'll have a video.
In Soviet Russia, phone answers you.
I wonder if that could count as assault. You're gonna give people tinnitus. My first comment says, "I tell them I need to get my card and never come back. They always hang up and call back about 10 minutes later, and I tell them I put it back when they hung up on me, acting very upset, and do the whole thing again. They always swear at you when they know you aren't biting. Love wasting their time. They seem to have stopped calling me now." That is true. I've heard so many times when I mess with these dudes, they get really mad. "Why are you wasting my time? I could be stealing other people's social security numbers by now." Why you gotta be a dick? This dude's just trying to scam people. You're wasting his time. Next commenter says, "My husband played some scammer for over 45 minutes one day, pretending to be interested, kept asking questions, repeating information, but messing it up just slightly, so the guy had to repeat himself, etc. At one point, he pretended to have to go to the store to get a pen to write something down, and the guy stayed on the line the entire time. We cooked and ate a frozen pizza during this part." Well played. Those guys will stay on the phone forever. User Cactus Racket says, "Personally, I like to tell them, 'Now you sound like an honest person, but I really need to be sure because I was scammed out of about $10,000 last year.'" Keeps them on the hook for a good while. Our next post comes from user Ashtons89. It is entitled, "Screw You, Toilet Paper Karen." Coronavirus, what a fun time. Okay, y'all, it's been a shitty week for me, and I was just not having it anymore last night at the grocery store. I meander through the aisles, buying my Corona snacks, which I already ate. Shocker. And I know I need toilet paper. I hit up the TP aisle to see 6 24-packs of Charmin. I was stoked. In stock. And the good stuff at that. There was a middle-aged Karen on the phone standing in front of the stack, so I stupidly wait my turn to grab a pack. Ooh, buddy, that's like trying to get a crock pot on Black Friday. You gotta throw some fucking elbows for that. Boy, was I wrong. This crazed poop paper hoarder proceeds to look at me, take all 6 packs, put them in her cart, and just roll the fuck away with a smirk on her face. I almost shit myself. Good thing I didn't, because there was no TP left. I think everybody else is realizing there's no TP left and just settling for paper towels. Now, as I mentioned, Shit Paper Karen was on the phone. She was complaining to someone about how this is the second store she went to and they better have baby wipes because assholes who don't have kids should not be buying baby wipes when people like her need them. You guessed it. my asthmatic ass sprinted over to the baby aisle, all wheezing and shit. I put all probably 20-something containers that were left of wipes, even the ones on the very top shelf I had to climb for, in my cart, and I waited. This is pretty petty. Sure enough, Shit Paper Karen, love that nickname by the way, comes strolling down the aisle, looks at the shelves. I can see her start to get mad. Then she sees me. Cart full of snacks and baby wipes. Face grinning ear to ear like a shit-eating jack-o'-lantern. Before she can say a word, I wheel my ass away with pep in my step and my petty satisfied as hell. Now, I'm not a complete monster, so as soon as she left the aisle, I went and put all the packages back where they went. But man, the satisfaction was epic. I nearly died of a shark attack laughing. It's a good thing I didn't, because I still have no damn TP. Well, bravo for this one. You are a wordsmith, OP. Shit Paper Karen, crazed poop paper hoarder, shit-eating jack-o'-lantern. If I had an award to give, it would go to you. Now, a lot of people in the comments had better ideas for what OP could have done. A lot of people said he should have traded some of his wipes for some of her toilet paper. But then he wouldn't have ended on Pettyrevenge. And he clarified it best by stating, "For all you saying I should have traded some TP, I would have gladly wiped my ass with a dishcloth to experience the look on her face. It was too good, and I was in the moment." Now you understand Pettyrevenge, OP. Well, everybody, thanks for being too lazy to actually read this shit on your own. It gets me more views. Let me know in the comments who you think was the pettiest of the people of Reddit that we have experienced today. Personally, probably get it to the guy who ate an entire half a pizza just to ruin someone else's day.
Into summation of